So this is the current planet arrangement in our solar system. So if you have any magnifying glass, you can see that all the planets are arranged in this sequence. This week you can see this kind of alignment of planets: Venus, Saturn, Jupiter. This is our moon. So yesterday, this was the picture taken yesterday, and you can see Uranus. There is a series of arrangement of planets in the Earth, and you can observe this. Normal eye you cannot see these much of planets, but by using telescope you can see these planets, and these are all arranged. See, why I want to discuss here is, see, certain arrangements of planets in and around us makes difference around us. So whatever is happening around us, these planets have gravitational force. So according to Newton's principle, if two masses are there, it is going to experience the gravity. Our Earth's gravity is 9.81. So why it can't be 20? So you can assume, everybody assume 20 meter per second square. So is it wrong? Who says that 9.81? Who is that Newton? What the hell he is thinking? I am going to take 20 as acceleration due to gravity. So you can proceed with that. Yes or no? Who is Newton to say? I am saying now. Take, everyone can take 20 as our acceleration due to gravity, you can proceed. No, you cannot do that. Why? Because Earth has some mass. If Earth self-weight is constant and Sun self-weight is constant, say for example, it might be in trillions of kilogram. So for the size of Sun with respect to the size of Earth, the Earth's gravitational force is 9.81. You can jump in moon very high. So if you are jumping here for 2 feet, and if you are attending Olympics in moon, definitely you will be a gold medalist. And you can jump way beyond your expectation. Why? Because the gravitation is less, your weight towards the planet weight is less, hence it is possible. Each and every planet affect us. We are sending more than hundreds of satellites to a planet, yes or no? That satellite is going to affect the planet. In some way or the other, we will be affecting the planet and planet will be affected by us. So both things is going to happen, and we should understand whatever is happening around will have some influence. So what is the term influence called as? If something is going around us which will influence us, this will directly or indirectly will influence us. Our tradition, these things are identified and it is being said by our ancestors, and Ramzan is being celebrated only on those days. If not affected in the atmosphere or the environment, they are not going to consider. It might be in Hindu religion, might be in Christian religion, whatever might be the religion, way before our ancestors identified that the planet's movement affects us. So these are the current movement, and also there is a notable thing to watch is, in India, particularly in India, the petrol and diesel rate, way before 1.5 months it was more than 120 rupees. Yes or no? Petrol or diesel 120, currently for past 20 days it is only 100. Did you observe that? If you are keenly watching that, it is 100, it is neither increasing or decreasing with 100, and everything, it depends on government depends on certain thing, yes or no? If you are depending on government depends on certain things. So how they make, in the sense, so several factors affect the mind. Let us discuss in deep regarding in further classes, and what I just want to highlight is, see, this kind of alignment will affect the certain way the government as it works, the environment as it works. What happen if the Jupiter is too close to moon? Whatever I have observed, so I will discuss with you in future classes. So today let us complete a problem. Yes, let us take this problem and complete. Analyze the frame loaded as shown in figure by Kani's method and sketch the bending moment diagram. Now we are in frame oriented problem, and in this given data you can see that the frames might have sway and non-sway. These are the two cases of frame. What is this case now? Either this frame is sway or non-sway. Non-sway. Why? Because the supports are equal, A and D support are same, and if you cut this section you have same alignment of the beam and column, and the load is also same. This is twice of moment of inertia, and the same way the section is also same, moment of inertia doesn't change. Hence this is a non-sway frame, and you can solve this by Kani's method. First find the fixed end moment. You don't have any load at A and B, and B to C, load of 100 kN acting at center. Your formula, fixed end formula will be W L by 8. And for CD you don't have any force, hence the fixed end moment will be 0. And you can find the fixed end moment. MF BC is minus 75 plus 75. So at MF CD and DC will be 0 here. So sum of fixed end moment at B. Moment at AB is 0 and moment at BC is minus 75. So if you add that, what will be your sum of moment? Minus 75. The same way CD is 0 and C to B is plus 75. So if you add that, you will be getting plus 75 as the sum of moment. And you cannot release here. So in the previous problem, you have released and taken the carryover like that. So fixed end moment has some moment, you cannot release and make it as 0. Only hinged end joint you can release and make it as 0. Whereas in the previous problem you can check that the end of A and end of B is hinged end, isn't it? So for hinged end you can make it as 0, but here the joint A is not hinged, so you cannot make it as 0. And you can do the next step of rotation contribution factor. Here you will be having joint B and C. Joint B. So what will be the relative stiffness formula? B to A. What is the formula? I by L, and B to C will also be I by L. In a frame you will be having partially hinged moment. Hence you can take I by L. So for all the cases you will be having I by L. But here it is taken B by A as 2I. Why it is taken as 2I? The formula is I by L, but you have moment of inertia of 2I. Hence you can substitute I in terms of 2I, and between B and C the formula is I by L. You have the input of 3I, which is in the given data, and you can substitute instead of I as 3I. The same way for CB and CD, 3I and 2I by length. So this will be your relative stiffness, sum of stiffness 1, that is 1I or I. Same answer you will be getting. Then what will be the distribution factor? 0.5 by 1 will be 0.5, so everything will be 0.5 here, and rotation factor will be 0.5 into minus 0.5 will be minus 0.25. All the values will be same. Now rotation contribution factor is also over. Okay, next let us go for iteration cycle. Wherever you have written rotation contribution factor, you have to make that joint as the iteration cycle. So at joint B and joint C. So what is the sum of moment which you got is 75. Here the fixed end moment is 0 and here you got 75. So if you add that, you will be getting minus 75 and plus 75. Okay. Now rotation factor is also written here. Why it is written in this box? In the previous problem, the rotation contribution factor will be in right and left hand side. But why it is written in bottom? Why? Because you have a member at the bottom. So wherever you have member, there you can write the rotation contribution factor. And you can start the iteration process. So what will be the first iteration? You can add 75 minus 75 into minus 0.25. What will be your answer? 75 into 0.25. 18.75. 75 into 0.25 for this member. The same value will be there, 18.75, and for the next iteration you have 75 plus 18.75 into 0.25. You will be getting minus 23.44. 75 plus 18.75 into minus 0.25. You will be getting minus 23.44. The same way for this member C to D, 75 plus 18.75 into 0.25 will be minus 23.4. What is the next iteration? 75 minus 23.44 into 0.25, 24.61. The same way you will be getting 24.61 here, and for the joint C, 75 plus 24.61 into 0.25. What is the answer? 24.90. Same answer will be there, 24.90. And the third iteration will be 75 minus 75 minus 25. 75 minus 25 into 0.25 will be 25. And this iteration you got all the values as 25, and you can stop with this. Even if you proceed with the next iteration, you will be getting same value. What is the formula? MAB is MFBA plus 2 M dash AB and M dash BA. Fixed end moment at A is 0 and M dash AB is also 0. You got M dash BA as 25. The last value which you got from the iteration, you can add this value. MAB is 25, MBA is 50 and minus 50, next plus 50, minus 50, and last value is minus 25. So you can find the positive bending moment, that is you have a load here, formula is WL by 4. Load is 100, 100 into 6 by 4 will be 150. You can write the 150 value here and draw the bending moment. All the values are known. How to write this bending moment? Either it is positive or negative. I have given you a technique. If it is clockwise, that is 25 is clockwise, so you have to twist the member in right hand side. So this is clockwise direction. So you have to twist this member right hand side, and member BA is 50. The same way you twist this member in this manner, clockwise. So you will be getting the direction like this. And the same way C to D and D to C is negative. So you have to make anti-clockwise movement for this column. here you have to apply anti-clockwise moment. So in this manner you will be getting the bending moment. And at B to C you got B to C is minus 50 and plus 50. So you can give an anti-clockwise movement at B to C and C to D is clockwise movement. You will be getting both in upward direction. So this is the way to draw the bending moment diagram. Now if there is a UDL in the same frame, you will be not having any sway force here. Since the support is same and it is symmetrical, when you cut this section into two halves in vertical axis, you will be having a symmetrical section. If it doesn't have any sway, you can proceed with the conventional method. But step 1, finding the fixed end moment. So at span A and B, you will not having any fixed end. At the span B to C, you will be having fixed end moment WL square by 12. The answer will be minus 60 and plus 60. For CD and DC, you will be having no moment. What is next step? Finding the rotational contribution factor. Draw a tabular column. How many joints you should find here? You have joint B and joint C, which is having more than one member. Hence you have to take this two joint. Next column is relative stiffness, sum of stiffness, distribution factor and rotation factor. Relative stiffness will be I by L and it is 1 by 6. Span BA is 6 meter. Since opposite end is fixed, you will be having I by L. And for B to C, same I by L, C to D, I by L, and finally C to B is I by L. So now you have all the relative stiffness value. What is sum of stiffness? 1 by 3I. That is 2 by 6 is 1 by 3I. Same relative stiffness will be there. Then distribution factor is 0.5. So you can divide 1 by 6 divided by 1 by 3, you will be getting 0.5. Since all the relative stiffness is same, you will be getting same distribution factor and rotation factor is also same. When you are multiplying 0.05 into 0.5, you will be getting minus 0.25. Now after finding this, draw the Kani's method of iteration. So draw the frame along with the box for iteration. And you have rotation factor for B to A is minus 0.25, B to C is minus 0.25. Same way C to B and C to D is minus 0.25. And you have fixed end moment of minus 60 and plus 60. So what will be the sum of moment at joint B? You have 0 minus 60. If you add that, you will be getting 60 kilonewton at C and minus 60 at B. So you got summation of moment at C. So this is sum of moment, that is fixed moment at C, minus 60 and plus 60. Now you have to start the iteration. So what will be your formula? M dash BA, U into summation of MFB. What is U? 0.25 into minus 60 plus M dash CB. So CB is not yet found, hence it is 0. 15 is your first iteration. You got here the same way, minus 60 into 0.25. Same 15 you will be getting here, and C to B will be minus 0.25 in bracket 60 plus 15. So 60 plus 15 will be 75, 75 into 0.25. minus 0.25 is minus 18.75. The same way, next iteration will be 60 plus 15 into minus 0.25 will be minus 18.75. So, this is the first iteration, and you have to start the second iteration. How to do that? You have minus 60 plus what is m dash CB? Minus 18.75 into 0.25, 19.69. Same 19.69 will be there. 60 minus 18.75 into 0.25. Now, for C to B, minus 0.25 bracket 60 plus 19.69, 19.92. We will be having the same answer here, 19.92. Now start the third iteration. Next iteration is 19.98. How you got? Minus 60 minus 19.92 into 0.25, which will be 19.98. Same answer you will be having here. And what is the next iteration? C to B. 60 plus 19.98 into 0.25, 19.99. So you can take it as 20. And next value will also be 20. Further, if you iterate, you will be getting 20. How? Minus 60 minus 20 into 0.25. So you will be getting 80 into 0.25 will be 20. And next value will also be 20. And the same answer comes at m dash CB, that is 60 plus 20 into 0.25, which will be minus 20 and 20. Now the iteration you can stop. You got the same value at each iteration, consecutive iteration you got minus 20, minus 20. Now you can stop the iteration and find the final end moments. This is the formula MAB. How to find MFAB, that is fixed end moment is 0 at A and B, and 2 M dash AB. M dash AB is also 0 since you don't have any moment, and M dash BA, that is B to A, you got 20 as the final answer, hence substitute 20 here. Similar way, start MBA, BC, CB, CD and DC. Your final bending moment will be plus 20, plus 40, minus 40, plus 40, minus 40, minus 20. Now to find positive bending moment, consider it as simply supported beam carrying uniformly distributed load, that is WL square by 8. So 20 is the intensity into 6 square by 8 is 90 kilonewton meter.